Thank you, Ben. It's great being here because the man I'm going to introduce I've known for 45 years. Billy and I, we have worked together, we played baseball together, we complained to each other on the phone a lot, and the first time I met Billy 45 years ago, he was cast to play my best friend in an episode of All in the Family. And I figured Norman Lear knows what he's doing. He was smart. He said, so he cast me as my best friend. I said, so I guess that's what we should be. And so from that day on, we've been best friends. And it's worked out pretty good, pretty damn good. We watched last night, When Harry Met Sally, and I hadn't seen it in like 25 years or more. And, I just forgot, you forget how wonderful Billy is and how wonderful he is with Meg. And, when I think about 45 years, I think about this guy who went from Catch a Rising Star, driving in from Long Island with Alan Zweibel, wondering if he's ever going to be anything, getting fired off the first time he was on Saturday Night Live. They cut him out. He was done. He was done. And yet, look where he is. His feet are going in the cement. Now, Bill, I got to tell you, when you put your feet in the cement, take them out, because otherwise you're going to be in there forever, and it could be the end of your career. Or we could put you somebody. Anyway, I'm really happy to be here. Billy, 2 years ago, Billy introduced my dad and myself, and we had this great honor. And I can't think of any greater synergy, completion, whatever you want to talk about, that I can get to do this for Billy, because I do love you, Billy. I always say this about Billy. I'm going to say one thing. He's the most regular, real comedian I've ever met. I'm serious, because a man who can make people laugh, who's clearly the best host of the Oscars ever, without question, and that he can have a great marriage. What are you coming up on, 50, Janice? 49. They're going to be married 49 years soon, and 2 great daughters. They got Jenny and Lindsay, and they got 4 great grandkids. A regular comedian, rare in our business, that can do that. Anyway, I love Billy Crystal. I'm so happy to be here, Billy. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir William Crystal.
Thank you. Well, he did my speech. Thank you all. Thank you, my amazing family, friends, all you fans for all of these years. The real media, thank you. Talk about, driving in. We have like a 45-minute drive, and I'm sitting in the back with Janice, and we are coming up to 49 years of marriage. We first started dating in the 60s when Johnson was president. Jeez. And we've made this drive together, this sort of nervous drive to an event that I was either going to perform in or something was going to happen. And I was sitting there going, how does this happen? That now we're getting to do this, when the first time we drove together was I was performing at a ZBT fraternity house at NYU, where I got paid $25 to open for the comedian, for the folk singer, and now we're doing this. It's pretty amazing journey, and you don't do it without people who support you and love you. Can we turn the music down just a little bit? We get it. We get it. You're hip. Thank you. No, it's just me. Enjoy your tinnitus. Jeez. least I can still hear it. To all my thanks to all the people who have gone into all the different things I've been fortunate and able to do. When I think about the smoky little college nightclubs, to then arenas, to the sound stages and SNL and Broadway and the stage of the Oscars, it's been an amazing trip that a lot of people have made it look easy for me, and I thank all of the agents that I've had over the years who made the right decisions, and the ones who didn't, well, sorry. To my manager here today, David Steinberg, who's been with me for just about 40 years, who fights for me every day. I love him. He's here, and he was part of an amazing group of people who I adored and I was fortunate to have in my life. And sadly, one of them passed away 3 weeks ago. His name was Buddy Moore, and Buddy was the man who took me from being a substitute school teacher who did a little bit of an imitation of Muhammad Ali. And we went to the heights that we were able to do together. And he was part of an amazing management group that knew how to nurture funny people. It was Jack Rollins, Charlie Jaffe, and Larry Bresner, and Buddy, and I miss them all. But the fruits of our labors together are here today, as I'm about to do something that a couple of guys in my neighborhood did when they didn't want to. Sorry, guys. But you're in my heart. You're in my heart. I thank you, Rob. You know how I feel. I've been blessed with a great friendship and an amazing acting experience. If you're in one movie that lasts a lifetime, you're way ahead of the game. I'm in 3 Rob Reiner movies that are called classics. I have 1 or 2 lines in This Is Spinal Tap, a movie that nobody else but him could direct. Have Fun Storming the Castle, Princess Bride, and of course, When Harry Met Sally. These are evergreens, and I love every second of everything that we've ever done together. And also being sort of an unofficial part of the Reiner family means a great deal to me. I was able to celebrate Carl's 97th birthday with him the other night. And if there's ever a career that you aspire to want to do in all different things, it's that of Carl Reiner. To all the crews and all the people actors that I've worked with, I thank you for that. And I have to talk quickly because the cement's going to dry. But to all of the amazing writers that I've had the chance to say the words and work with them and write with them. Rob mentioned Alan Swibel, who's here. Where are you, buddy? We did 700 Sundays together, and we have a new project that's going to start filming in September. Lowell Gans and Bob Lou Mandel, As Good as It Gets. They didn't write that, but they are. We have done 5 movies together. Peter Hyams is here, who put me in my first movie and said, you could be a little tough guy in Running Scared. To all my amazing friends. But the most important person is my wife, Janice, who's there, But I have to tell you, I was 18, she was 17. She walked by me on the beach and I said, I'm gonna marry her. I hadn't even met her yet. And we did. And we have this really phenomenal relationship. She is the strength and she is the humor. She grounds me. She keeps me in line. She also has been every co-star in every film that I've ever done. She reads lines with me as I'm getting ready. So she has been Sally. She has been Curly. She was actually Hamlet, because I was the gravedigger opposite Ken Branagh. So but she's just been Janice, and that is the joy of my life. And she's a great producer as well, and 2 things that we produce together. Jenny and Lindsay are here today, my beautiful daughters. That's my greatest achievement. That's our greatest achievement. It's not the career, that's all phenomenal. But when you raise 2 beautiful girls to become wonderful, smart women, that's the achievement. and they've always been our greatest priority and still are. My brother Rip is here. This is how this all starts. You know, you think about time. My brother Rip, my brother Joel, who couldn't fly out to be with us, we started by, you start doing this, and I know it's the same for almost all funny people. I'm sure for Rob too. You make your parents laugh. You try to make your parents laugh, and that laugh becomes this delicious drink that I was always thirsty for. And all of these years later, I think of all the times that we performed Rip and dreamed about something like this happening. Never would have imagined that it could happen for me. So, I am wearing the shoes that I wore the first time I hosted the Oscars. And they hurt. Because I'm now retaining water. I save everything. See, it still works. So I want you all to know that the great thing about movies, especially comedies, because they're just so frustrating to make sometimes because it's so hard. With a comedy, you set up the laugh in May, you don't get the laugh till September. And so it's excruciatingly difficult to just get it right. And quickly, this is why I love being part of the movie world and why being part of this amazing courtyard means so much to me. I was directing 61, and the director of photography was a two-time Oscar winner, a genius named Haskell Wexler. And Haskell was 80 years old at the time we made the movie. And we were on a very short schedule, and the time was on this particular day, we were running late, as he was taking an enormous amount of time lighting my daughter Jenny, who was playing Pat Maris, Roger Maris's wife, in a very tender scene the night before he was going to hit the 61st home run. So I had to approach Haskell, a two-time Oscar winner, and I said, Haskell, we're running a little late. How long is this going to be? And he looked me right in the eye and he said, Bill, she's going to be beautiful forever. And I got it. We make little bits of forever. That's what's so wonderful to be part of the movie industry. And that's what was so thrilling last night, was we make little bits of forever. And Haskell, rest in peace, my friend, because that was some of the best advice that I've ever been given. We're making pieces of forever. So I thank all of you for coming. I thank TCM, I thank Ben, Ted Turner, everybody involved with this, because this really means a great deal to me. I don't take this lightly at all. I take this to my heart. Thank you. So now, I go down here. So now I want to tell you one thing. So I'm wearing these shoes as I go down there, but one of my favorite characters, and I from what I've been told, it's one of yours too, is Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. and Monsters U. So the good people at Pixar sent me one of Mike's feet. So I thought it only fitting that I'd put my feet and one of Mike's feet at the same time. And here to bring Mike's foot up are my two grandsons. This is Hudson and Griffin. This is the first movie they ever saw of mine because it was clean. Come on, boys.